G'day guys, it's Nick here from HobbyKing. Today we wanted to show you the long-awaited Berserker. It's been waiting a very long time for this one to come out. It's finally here and we're really excited about releasing it. So just to give you a run through, it's a 1/8 Truggy, it's 530 long, it's 410 wide, it's 205 high with a wheelbase of 370 and a 50mm ground clearance. All right, so inside, let's have a look at it. You've got the Truggy XK4082 1450 4-pole motor. You've got a Trackstar 150 amp Gen 2 1/8 censored and sensorless brushless ESC. You've got the Truggy HV 1269 high torque servo. In the ready to run, you've got the GT2E radio. It's got 145 by 80mm, pretty standard size Truggy wheels with a 17mm hex. It'll accept most standard Truggy wheels. We've tested it with the Louise Truggy tyres and it works absolutely brilliantly with those. The drivetrain is a full-time four-wheel drive drivetrain with metal centre diff and rear diffs. It comes in an almost ready to run, a ready to run and a kit version. In the video you'll see us running the almost ready to run in the kit. The power available from this motor is absolutely sensational. It absolutely hauls. One of the big advantages of the Berserker is you can run it on 3S, 4S or 6S. You can even run it on 2S if you really were that boring. We ran it in the video on 3S, 4S and 6S. It's fine on 3S on the stock gearing that it comes with, which is a 46 tooth spur gear with an 18 tooth pinion, and it will run 4S on that gearing just fine. If you want to go to 6S, there's a few things you're going to have to do. In the box, you'll find another spur gear, and that's a 49 tooth spur gear, and there's also a 12 tooth pinion gear supplied in the box. You could go up a couple of teeth if you wanted to, if you're game, but you'll probably find that the 12 tooth is going to be more than enough for you. Now, if you're just going to run it on grass or dirt or under loose surfaces, then you don't really have to do much more. But if you wanted to do speed runs on asphalt, I strongly suggest you open it up and you replace the grease that's in there at the moment with our 300,000 diff oil. That makes it a lot more stable on the ground, stops it doing wheelies everywhere, and it just makes it a hell of a lot more drivable. You'll find on full throttle on 6S, it's going to want to do wheelies regardless. You can tune that out. That's part of the fun of playing with a toy like this, is trying to get it to go as fast as you possibly can. We haven't done a speed test on it, but we will be shortly, and I know there are a couple of other reviewers who are waiting for their samples to turn up who are going to put radars on it as well. You can change over the diff oil in the rear hubs, the front and rear diffs, to a 100,000 diff oil front and back, and run the 300,000 in the center, which is what we did for some of our asphalt speed runs. It worked really well. Now, the other thing that you need to know is that there is a Basher 6S 4000 milliamp hour 65C battery designed specifically for this Truggy. Now, this battery comes standard with an XT60. I strongly suggest you take that off and replace it with an XT90 and replace the stock plug on the Speedy with an XT90 as well. There's so much amperage coming out of this, you're going to fry an XT60 at some stage. So this battery will be coming out with XT90s on it shortly, but the current stock has an XT60, which you're just going to have to replace. Now, onto the shocks. The shocks are the same as our Trackstar shocks, and anybody that's bought those and they've been really popular knows just how good those shocks are. The ones on this are filled with a 400 weight shock oil, which is fine for most purposes. It gives it nice plush bounce. On road, you're going to struggle a little bit, and you probably want a bit harder oil all around. If you're doing a lot of jumps and big jumps, you're going to want to put a 500 weight oil in the front at least. We didn't really change the rear oil, we kept a 400 in there, but the fronts we definitely put a 500 weight in. You need it for the cushioning when you're doing big jumps. So as is, it's a really nice plush ride. But you know, as with anything like this, you're going to want to play around with it to get the performance you want for your conditions. Now, one of the key things with this, and this is going to be the same for most of our new releases in cars and for a lot of the current models that we've got out at the moment, all the spares are going to be available in regional warehouses. So they're on their way now, and they will be available around about the same time as the Truggies are released. So no longer do you have to wait for stock to come from Hong Kong. You can buy from your local regional warehouse. Now, there are two other things that we need to tell you about. So two new upgrades that are coming for it, which we'll show you shortly in some upcoming videos. One is a beefed up rear wing mount, because we found when you do a lot of jumps and you come down hard on the rear wing, they do tend to snap. That'd be the same for most 1/8 Truggies going 6 meters in the air, but we just wanted something that was a bit more beefy. The other thing we've got coming in for it, which is super cool, is a specific wheelie bar that works off that rear mount. We know from our experience on this, you're going to want a wheelie bar for it. So that'll be up soon, and it should be in stock around about the same time these hit the regional warehouses. Now, you can buy these on back order from the regional warehouses now, so that you get your Truggy in time for Christmas, because this is one hell of a Christmas present. So look below for a link to all 3 versions of the Truggy. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great products and tips, and we'll see you later.